Rational Animals started Mother's Comfort Project to bring homemade beds and toys to dogs and cats in shelters. To date, we've delivered nearly 10,000 beds and toys. This tutorial will prepare you to sew with us. Beds can be many different sizes. They can range from a placemat size for a cat or small dog to 3 feet by 4 feet for a large dog. Here we save time by folding the fabric to make 2 beds. All you will need to do is fold the fabric in half when sewing the bed. Cut the fabric while folded, removing the need to cut 2 separate pieces. Mother's Comfort Project has a special patch that we sew on each bed. When we deliver beds to the shelters, the staff see the patch and know it was sewn with care by our volunteers. Sew the Mother's Comfort Project patch on the corner of the bed. Make sure to place the patch on the outside of the fabric in any corner, about 1 to 2 inches from the edge. Sew the patch on by turning the fabric in a circle. Don't forget to cut any loose threads. Now that the patch is on, fold the fabric in half with the inside facing out. Now sew the edges of the fabric with about a 3/8 of an inch seam into a pillowcase. Since one side is a fold, you only need to sew 2 sides. Leave the smallest side open for stuffing in batting later. Turn right side out. Use your fingers to push out the corners. Next, you need to cut the batting. Use the pillowcase as your template. Cut the batting almost to the edge, except for the opening where you should give approximately a 1/2 inch allowance. Pull the batting all the way into the corners and sides of the bed, making sure the edges of the batting meet the seams. There should be about a 1/2 inch of fabric hanging beyond the batting on the open side. Adjust any places where the batting is not lying flat. You want the bed to lie smoothly before closing it up. Turn in the extended fabric on the open side. You want to fold it in so that you have approximately a 1/4 inch left for a 1/4 inch seam. Now sew the open end closed. If the batting is close to the edge of the fabric, it's alright to sew a bit of the batting into the seam, as long as the batting doesn't show outside of the bed. In order to keep the batting from shifting inside the bed, you need to sew a rectangular quilting stitch parallel to the edges of the bed. On a smaller bed, a stitch approximately 2 to 3 inches inside the edge works well. For medium beds, approximately 4 inches from the edge, and a larger dog bed, usually 5 to 6 inches from the edge. On extra large beds, you can even sew 2 rectangular quilting stitches an inch or 2 apart to create a sturdier bed. To sew a quilting stitch, simply lift your pressure foot with the needle in the up position. Position the bed so the needle aligns with the appropriate distance from the edge. Put down your pressure foot and needle and sew a straight line to within the same distance of the next edge. With the needle down, lift the pressure foot, rotate the bed a 1/4 to the left, put the pressure foot back down, and continue to sew a straight line down the second side. Repeat until all 4 sides are sewn, making sure to meet the beginning stitching at the end. Put a few back stitches in to secure the stitching. Check all loose threads. Threads can be swallowed, causing harm to animals. so be sure to cut off all stray threads. And voila! Now it's ready to bring some comfort to a wonderful dog or cat waiting adoption.